What's going on, YouTube world? This is your guy, as always, Sealz the man. Thank you for coming back. And I want y'all to think about a certain question when it comes to your guy, your man. What exactly did you do, or the series of things that you did that actually made him come closer to you? There's a difference between attracting someone and actually pulling them in. There's a science behind that. There's a game behind that. There's a process behind that. And as y'all know, on this channel, I talk about understanding the mind of decent men, good men. What I'm going to talk about today is the 7 behaviors that you exhibited, that you showed, that brought your decent man closer to you. All right, so before I start, make sure y'all follow me, hit that subscribe button below the video box, like, comment, tell me what you think. Let's get started. There's a clear difference between how any old guy is pulled into a woman and how a decent man, an upstanding man, a man who is about something is pulled to a woman. And the first behavior of a woman that draws and pulls a decent man into her is her defense of him when he's not around, or her defense of him when it is least expected by him. It is an amazing feeling as a man to see a woman, or should I say to see my woman, defend me. Because there's a lot of people out there who claim they love you, or claim they ride with you, or claim they support you, but will never defend your name and your honor. People are so fickly nowadays. And I see it and I hear it through the many gossip that I hear and the hearsay that I hear. And y'all know me, I am a people watcher. And it's so crazy to see someone who claimed to be someone's friend, but as soon as someone else talk about that friend, they switch sides, or they start to believe that person. They're so quick to change their loyalties. And that is why I believe when someone defends you when you're not around, when my woman defends me when I'm not around as a man, when my woman defends me when I least expect it as a man, that is a great feeling. Because you only defend things that you care about. You only protect things that you care about. And the thing about defense is, it is not guaranteed. It is not promised. You don't have to defend me. The great thing about this is that you choose to defend me. That is love. Because you never know how you're going to look when you defend somebody to that person that's talking about you or talking about him. You never know if that's going to mess up any relationships that you have with this person. You don't know how that's going to impact your finances, however this person is related to you. You don't know the effect of disagreeing or defending your man to this person will be upon you. You don't know. But the fact that you don't care and you honor your man that much that you're willing to defend him in front of anybody, what is better than that? That is a behavior that pulls a man in because he knows he can trust you. He knows that you have his back, and he knows whatever y'all have is a real thing. The second behavior that a woman does that officially pulls a man into her is the support she gives when he's at the bottom of the bottom. I'm talking about the crevices of the pit, the lowness of the valley. In this lowness, in this position, this place that no one wants to be in, this is where the truth is revealed. In these darkest of moments is where the truth is shining the most. Now, what I mean by that is when you are in these lows of lows, when you have nothing to give, when you've lost it all, this is where you notice people leave you. Because you have nothing to give, this is where you'll see people abandon you. Because of whatever situation happened that put you in this position, you'll notice that certain people are too embarrassed to be associated with you, and they will flee. But let me tell you something, when a woman sticks by her man's side, in these moments, when she know her man is trying his very best to get out of these moments, maybe it wasn't his fault that he got here, maybe it was, but she knows that he wants the best for himself, and because of that, she sticks by him. That trait, that behavior is what pulls a man even closer to you as his woman. Because when everyone else has gone, she's still there. She believes in him. She sees his potential. When she says she loved him, she meant it, and her actions are backing it up. I'm gonna be real with y'all. It is tough to be with someone and support someone and be there for someone who is at their lows of lows. And it's not just about the supporter, it's about the supported. Because he or she are going through it up here. They're mad, they're angry, they're upset, they're sad, they're full of grief, they're full of confusion. They don't know what to do. Being in that position can change a person. It can take a person outside of themselves. It can destroy a person. And when you deal with someone who's going through that, it can be super tough because you realize you're with someone and you're supporting someone who is not themselves. So now you have to figure out how to be there for them, bring them back to themselves, help them come up out of that pit and that hole, all while taking care of yourself mentally. It's a journey, but a woman who sticks by her man's side when he feels like he has nothing, is a behavior that is remarkable and admirable. And that will bring in any man that has common sense and the appreciation for her even closer, without a doubt. The third behavior that a woman shows that brings her man, her decent man, even closer is when she shows authentic like in his likes. And I'm talking about authentic, real, genuine interest, participation, support in his likes. As in most relationships, one partner is the polar opposite of the other, or they're not familiar with their partner's likes. But when a woman shows a man that she is interested, that she is curious about the things he likes, the things he invests in, the things he always talks about, that will bring a man closer because he wants to explain those things. He wants to show you this world that he is so interested in. Think about this on a simpler term. Have you ever had someone come to you and ask you a question about something that you have expertise in, or something that you're super interested in, and you get this uproaring energy in yourself and you're like, oh, did you just ask me about that? Well, let me tell you. For example, anybody who say they never watched Game of Thrones or The Wire, any of those shows, if you ask me about them, say for instance you never watched them and you're asking me if it's good or should I watch it, I'm going to stand up out of my seat. If I'm sitting down, I'm going to calmly put my hands on their shoulder and I'm going to tell them, we have a lot to talk about. With pure enthusiasm, because I like these two shows so much. I've watched every single episode, every single season, multiple times over. I have interest, high interest in these two shows. I love talking about these two shows. And because you're not aware or unfamiliar of these two shows, I'm excited to put you on and talk about it and why you should watch it and why I love it so much. The same applies to you when it comes to your man and being interested in his likes. Even if you're not familiar with the things he's interested in or likes so much, does not mean you cannot be a part of it. When you show interest in the things he likes, he's going to show that same excitement so that he can show you why he likes it so much. He wants you to be a part of his happiness. So the behavior of genuine and willing curiosity is a behavior that will bring your man even closer. The fourth behavior that a woman does that brings and reels a man even closer to her is being accountable, saying that you're sorry, being willing to apologize. I'm so serious about this because there is so much power in accountability. And I believe that because I've felt the shifts in conversation when someone apologizes, when someone holds themselves accountable. There's a different energy in the room, in the conversation, when you apologize versus trying to get the last word and not being accountable. I've seen fires get put out because one apologized. Simply. I've seen beefs and arguments end because one explained why they were wrong. I've seen it, and I've felt it myself because I've done it. I've apologized. I've said I'm sorry. But I also was that one at one time who always wanted to get the last word, always wanted to win the argument, always wanted to be the louder one. I was that at one point, and that is why I know and experience both energies. And let me tell you, the energy of apologizing and being accountable, so much more peaceful. I'm sticking with that one from here on out. When a woman is accountable and knows how to say she's sorry and knows how to apologize when she is wrong, that will bring a man closer to you because he knows that you have emotional intelligence. He knows that you are mature enough to know right from wrong, mature enough to look at the bigger picture. That will bring a man closer. What will push a man away is not being accountable, because now he doesn't want to talk to you because he knows you are thinking about self and what you're able to say, and that you want to win the argument and that you want to have the last word. No one wants to deal with that, especially when you are wrong. The fifth behavior that a woman shows that pulls her man in is when a woman is willing to reschedule important things to spend more time with her man. You see, we don't want y'all to sacrifice important things for us. We don't want y'all to take things off the calendar for us. We want y'all to keep doing what y'all doing, to be great in what you're doing. But what is respectable and something that brings us closer is when you are willing to sacrifice an important event or slot on your calendar to spend time with us. Now, when I say this, what I mean is when you say things like, you know what, I can push that back. I can reschedule this. I want to see you. Or no, it's all good. This is not something that has to be done today. I want to spend time with you. And most times we're like, no, it's cool. Just do your thing. And she's like, no, this is what I'm going to do. You see, that willingness is what draws us closer. Not in the fact that we want y'all to reschedule anything for us, but the fact you're even willing to do that for us, hearing that, seeing that, feeling that, that leaves a mental note and a mental impact. Because if you are willing to reschedule or put aside an important thing for us, that tells us that you think we are important too. And we're not thinking about hierarchy of importance. All we need to know is that we are important to you. The sixth behavior that a woman does that reels and brings her man even closer is saying yes. Even if it's hesitant, saying yes to things that she's not familiar with. Having the spirit of, you know what? Let's go for it. Let's do it. I love you enough and I trust you enough to do whatever this thing is with you. Even though before I met you, I may not have done this thing, but because of you, I'm willing to try it out. Whether that's ziplining or skydiving or trying a different new cultural food or traveling somewhere that you never thought you would be. Something you thought you would never do and something that you are unfamiliar with, but you're still willing to say yes because of him. When y'all do that for us, that draws us in closer because that willingness builds connection. It builds chemistry. That willingness is a relationship bonder. And it makes us feel good because you are choosing to do this thing because of us. If it was with anybody else, if it was with any other guy, you would have said no. But the fact that you said yes to us is a thumbs up. That draws us even closer. I love to see that. And the seventh and last behavior that a woman shows and exhibits that brings a man even closer to her is praying for him, speaking positive affirmations to him, pouring life into him. These might be the most important set of words that can be said to a man, especially in these times and days. As my grandma said, we are living in revelations. Praying is more important than anything. Speaking positive affirmations and even saying them to yourself and believing it and receiving it is more important than ever. Pouring life into someone who needs it is more important than anything. When you as his woman pour into him, and because he is a decent man, he understands, he's mature, he loves you, he got common sense, he gets why you're doing this. Because life is not guaranteed. You can walk outside your door right here, right now and never come back. We are living in dangerous times. So a woman who cares and loves her man, who wants the best for him, who wants him to come back home, is going to pray for you, whether it's out loud or in her heart. A woman who speaks positive affirmations to her man is reinforcing the fact that she believes in him and that she wants him to do the best he can. That strengthens his confidence. That charges his battery. That is what a real partner does. When a woman pours life into her man, he's going to pour back. And in all of that pouring in between each other, does what? Brings the two closer. You see, being with someone isn't enough because you could be with anything, but drawing closer to someone is a real action of love. That is the key. So speaking from the mindset of a decent man, a good man, a man who wants the best for y'all, these are 7 examples of the behaviors that y'all women exhibit that draws them even closer. It's a beautiful thing. I'll see y'all in my next video. Thank you for being here. Peace and blessings. Goodbye.